Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. It's your girl, Reese, a.k.a. AM Morning, a.k.a. Althea McFarland, a.k.a. the best that ever did it. And I'm here today. Of course, I have my boys with me. I have my men. Sorry, they're not boys. They're grown men, ladies and gentlemen. I have Molly, my man Molly, my $1 million producer, as always, behind the scenes, getting things to working and function. And then I have my beautiful little songbird, Mr. Trayvon Gray, with me.
Good morning. What's up, y'all? Good morning.
Is you stirring coffee? I hear chinga-linga-ling.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna mute my microphone. Yeah, I'm making some morning coffee.
No, I'm messing with you. You fine?
Yeah.
Grab a cup of Joe and let's spill, man.
Yeah, fresh brew.
Man, that's what I needed. I was up 6 o'clock this morning, get myself together. Baby, tequila Tuesdays and
Tomfoolery.
You know, look, your
Would you like to tell us about it?
Yes, I'm going to talk about it because I made a mistake. You know, first of all, let me tell you, I was a little on edge. People didn't notice about me yesterday. I was a little uptight when I first came in. I was going to have a drink, so I was asking Swag, because I'm not a drinker.
Yeah, me either.
You know, much of a drinker, smoker, or anything. But I was like, well, what are you sipping on? And he was like, because it looked fruity and good. He was like, you want some of this? He said, it's good. And Kim said, he was like, I'm going to buy you a drink. I'm going to go, Kim, make Reese one of these. And Kim said, no, Reese don't drink. I know I'm not making her one of those. And I'm like, what is it? They wouldn't even tell me what it is. I know it was white. Well, look, peachy, okay?
Oh, no, I don't do no clear.
You know, so I was like, well, I know Michelle has some edibles. Not thinking. Michelle has a stronger constitution. Michelle is a smoker. She has some sativa gummies.
Yes. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord.
And what it was, I took only ate one little gummy because I know, you know, I've had gummies before. One little gummy would have got me where I needed to be. But because I'm not used to that kind of stuff, smoking or drinking, and it was on an empty stomach. You know, on an empty stomach, and it was 25 milligrams or whatever of the sativa.
Yeah,
I'd be better off doing 10 or 5 because I just wanted to be mellow. I just wanted to be a little less stress and tension, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, and I looked it up. It's good for your asthma. It's good for it has so many medicinal purposes that can help. Right, that's why they give the people edible and stuff.
Indeed,
you know, helps you with your appetite, help you with nausea, and you know a lot of things. And when it was like asthma, I was like, well, I'm not smoking. It's just chewing a gummy. What harm could it do, right?
Exactly.
I don't know what you recorded, Trayvon. I don't know. How did I do? I do not know.
Your set was actually good. Your set was actually good. He was like, I'm high as shit, but I'm gonna get through this set. But you did, though. You had a good set, though. People
was moving, and I reached out to you. I was like, Trey, what's your name? And people looked so huge. It was like my vision was that if that was okay, I'd have been fine. But that was all that was freaking me out. And I was like, why everybody looked so huge? Everybody looked like they was close on me. And I was like, okay, my wig started feeling tight. I said, something not right.
Something not right.
It was tight and rising up off my head. And I was like, I was about to snatch it off my head. I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. I gotta
right.
I know.
I think she had to get you up out of there. Did you start to overheat or something? I think she had to get you up out of there and let you get some air on the outside.
Yeah, because I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like it felt like something was hugging me tight. It was, and I wanted to come up out of my bra and my clit. So I was like, and I was, and plus I was dealing with my allergies earlier, messing with me and stuff.
Yeah,
I had to take a pump of my asthma inhaler, and I was like, okay, so sativa and asthma inhaler, no, don't mix them, because the asthma inhaler already makes your heart beat, and then the sativa, although it was a different kind of trip, I didn't feel any pain. I used to feel pain in my arm and in my legs.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel any pain. Looked up the properties of sativa. Is good for pain. I was like, well, dang, I just can't stand that. The dose I had was just too much. And it made everything look huge.
I was getting a little nervous because she started reading the back of the package and all that in front. I'm sitting in the tall tables or whatever, and she reading the back of the package and everything. You look like you sweating or whatever, like you about to start sweating. I was a little nervous.
Did you see Kim give me the bag? She said, don't throw my floor.
And I went to her when you said you felt like you was about to throw up. I went to her. What's up, DJ Slicky? Good morning. What's good? Grand Rising, Molly. But I was saying to Kim, I was like, Kim, I said, Reese don't feel. I said she don't feel good. I said she want to throw up.
Oh, you told Kim that? Okay.
Yeah, she's like, She said, let me bring her some. I said, you got some type of bag or something that I can give to her. Good morning, Miss Latrice. How you doing?
Thank you, son. That was my baby looking out for his mama, because he knew his mama was messed up.
Hell yeah, you got to your set now.
I didn't even realize how messed up I was until everybody started looking like giants. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
You said, he was like, I'm fucked up, y'all.
I like too sharp. I was like, he looking huge. And I don't know if you see me doing like this. But I'm like, it was like they closing in on me. They looking huge.
Yeah. I guess that dosage was too high.
Yeah, it was. But guess what it did? It helped my vision where I could see clear and sharper. It's like, and I could see the time on the TV and the temperature.
Wow. Damn, dog.
I mean, I was like, damn.
That might be something you need to look into on a lower dosage.
For the good eye. I got one good eye, and it made it, I guess because it made everything so big, it helped me zoom. That's messed up. I don't need to take 25 milligrams. Yeah, Michelle Pucciarelli, I can't. Look, my son came out there. My son said, Mom, because he helped me to the car. He said, don't you ever take nothing from Michelle. Michelle, don't you give her no more edibles. He said, she should put indigo. But
I missed her comment. Her comment just popped up, but I missed it. Hold on.
Okay, go back, because Tyree was getting on me. Tyree said, you don't need a sativa, Mama. You need this. And the dosage was too high, because Michelle was telling him. She was like, no, she need indica or indica. He said she only need 5 or 10 milligrams. And Tyree said, don't tell me how I know the doses. And I was like, okay, son, okay. And then he got me in the ear. And I remember screaming when I sat down in the chair, because I thought the chair was right here under me.
Oh,
When I
Lord.
sat down, it felt like I remember that because I was like, I said, what happened to my damn chair?
I know one thing. That little power brownie that she done gave me. I was definitely ready for the show. I was definitely ready for the show. I got there at 8:30 too. Because remember, I called y'all, and I was like, "Where y'all at?"
We was in the parking lot.
Yeah, she done gave me one of them brownies, and good Lord. If I don't
Well,
feel
Michelle,
lovely this morning, if it's not a
Michelle,
lovely day today in your friendly area of Southern Maryland, because I woke up feeling. Oh, and this, by the way, I've been reading this. This is a good read. So for those that have read it or need to purchase it, Shades of Blue is on point. Just letting it be known. This is I ain't just carrying next to me just because I'm reading the show. I'm watching it. I mean, I'm reading out here. Just because I'm on the show, I ain't show it like that. But this is a good read so far.
See, I think that would be an excellent mini series or movie if I could get it like a series going with that, because I got 5 novels, and that's the beginning of that first book. That's the whole series right there.
It made me think about my grandmother, because my grandmother loved yellow. So when you talked about describing being in the house and all that and looking at the yellow walls and all that, it took me straight to my grandmother. But it's a good read so far. It's real raw. Real, like, what it is just right on paper. So it's a good look before I wanted to say that before you got into it. I just looked down and thought about it.
Thank you. Hey, Therese. Hey, Michelle. Okay, let's read these comments.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. Let me go over here to the comment thing real quick. It says, of course, let's see. You said Grand Rising. DJ Slicky said, what's up? He said, hey, peeps. Molly said, Grand Rising, everybody. Good morning, Reese. Good morning, everyone. That was from Miss Latrice.
That's my boo. Michelle.
Miss Michelle said, Althea McFarland, Grand Rising, my sister from another mister. I love what she says it, because she says, my sister from another mister. You know how she has her little Italian accent, so I love what she says it. I love what she says around her. She said, Althea McFarland, Grand Rising, my sister from another mister. Make this a great day. Stay blessed, and everyone forget your stress on this beautiful Wellness Wednesday.
Yes, Wellness Wednesday. And that's why I decided to talk about Indica and sativa. Am I saying it right?
Good morning, Indica and sativa. Yeah.
Indica and sativa.
Yeah. Indica is the upper, sativa is the downer. It's the one that puts you.
Sativa is the upper.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
It might be the opposite.
Yeah, because I had it last night and we looked it up, and my son got in my shit. He was like, why would you give her sativa, Michelle? Tyree got both of them. Tyree got his mommy and he got his Aunt Michelle shit. He said there's only one person that you can take an edible from. He said, anybody else give you an edible? No, I can only have an edible from one person. And guess who he said that was? I ain't gonna tell you, but I can only hate it from one person. If he want to say who it is, I'll let him say who it is, but I ain't gonna tell you. Hey, book is okay. Wait a minute, it's stopped. It froze. Alrighty.
Cannabis sativa is an herbaceous flowering plant in Eastern Asia, but now of cosmopolitan distribution due to widespread cultivation.
I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about
that. Did you play it? Because I was out. I didn't hear it.
Did I play what? I'm sorry.
Did the video play yet?
Oh no. It didn't yet. No.
Okay, because I was out of it. I was like, I know I ain't tripping again, but my son got on me and Michelle, like I said, and I only could have a gummy from one person, and I ain't gonna say the person's name. I let him say his name if he wanted to say. But my son got on me because I had to call Slicky last night, and I had to call Molly to get me through to make sure that I wasn't tripping. But I was tripping the whole time. But I wasn't in no pain. I felt no pain, and I could actually see better.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That's the crazy that is the plus side from that is the fact that you could see better from that.
Right. Even with getting these injections, didn't sharpen the eye as sharp as that, except for everything just looked huge.
Right.
You know. So I definitely couldn't do the Morning Mac show and take a sativa to look at the screen to be all huge. I'd be all kinds of messed up. Because did I look messed up last night? You can tell me the truth, Trey.
Your set was good. You actually held it down. And to me, it made you funnier because it made you not like. To me, it made you not. You never was one of those ones because me and Dale was talking about that yesterday. Shout out to Dale for those that know Dale from Washington. Yeah. So me and Dale was talking about that. Talking about like the whole show yesterday. But we was talking about those that don't pay attention to the crowd. So regardless of what's going on, they don't. You know how people kind of lose their set and they start to forget what what they've been practicing because they get caught up in the audience being dry. We was talking about like what can be done to boost or bring more people in that actually want to come in and have fun and want to laugh as opposed to sitting there gritting. Because what the hell am I spending my money for? And coming into an environment, bar or not, wherever it's at, and not trying to have fun. But you didn't know you one of those people anyway that gets through your set regardless of what's going on in the environment. You know, so you know you did good. Yeah, I knew you was high.
I didn't have nothing prepared. I was just, you knew all of that was new material because that was the sativa. That's what that was. That was the sativa set. I can't quite remember it.
Yeah, I got a film, so I'll send it to you. After we're done. I forgot to send it to you last night. I didn't watch them. I wanted to check, the quality of them and stuff.
Because I wanted just to see, how the jokes was hitting and the life. I was in my own head. Everybody kept moving and spinning, and then everybody kept getting big. I'm like, what the?
Miss Latrice said, "Eat the entire pack, Reese."
That one was 25 milligrams or whatever. A sativa. I needed 5 or 10%.
Do you see what DJ Slicky said?
What'd he say?
He said, "Almost got that puss licked. I had to block it." Oh God. Get that red velvet cake, Ree. You be all right.
No, because it didn't make me hot. I wasn't no hot and ready. I was trying to figure shit out.
Look, and by the way, it's pronounced I. When you do 4 A's, I-G-H-T, that's I. She said, you be all right.
You be all right. She said, you be all right. I'll be all right.
Oh, and Miss Kimberly said, good morning. Good morning, Miss Kim. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss you too. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, family. Get on in here. We're going to talk about the CBD and the THC. We're going to talk about the indica. We're going to talk about the sativa. And we're going to talk about the rules of engagement. There's rules to this game. I didn't realize it, but I clearly understand.
Oh, yeah. So bite off more than you can chew, ladies and gentlemen.
And different strengths and different effects. That I didn't know. I just thought it was just one fit all, one size fit all. Oh, no. But
you was right though.
Not.
I got them backwards. You was right.
It's clearly not.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're gonna get into our video. Trey, did you and Molly, everybody saw what I saw on Wellness Wednesday today. This is what we're gonna talk about, peeps. Time for the video.
All right.
I'm a bud tender here at Panacea, and I'm going to walk you through some sativa and indica starting out and first-time smokers. So sativa in general is going to be something that you're going to want to maybe use during the day for a little more active, maybe more focused high. We've got the Super Sour Diesel here, which is a high sativa, and the Strawberry Satori. These are both great, more maybe euphoric, energetic high, as opposed to the heavy indica like a Triple X, which you might want to smoke right before going to bed, might really kind of knock you out. And then CBD, if you're not familiar with it, is the second most commonly found compound in the plant next to THC that will help target pain alleviation and could help with sleep. Something like the Harlotsu here is going to have little to no THC, whereas the Harlequin is going to have a little more of a balanced mid-range 6% THC and maybe a 10 to 15% CBD. And then we've got the many hybrids in between, like a cherry pie, which also has a lower THC. This one came back at 15% THC, which would be a good place to start if you haven't smoked in a while or haven't smoked at all, as opposed to going with something that comes out with a 26% THC readout. One of my personal favorites is this Strawberry Satori, which I hope you're going to start seeing around town a lot more because of the clarity that you maintain. Again, that kind of active, focused high. It's got a really nice fruity smell and flavor. Something like the Goji Oji is a beautiful structure, but it's not going to have a really pungent smell. Whereas all of these, you get a really heavy berry, fruity flavor. So yes, a bud tender could be likened to a bartender, and we want to engage as much as possible with the customer and find something, hopefully, directed at what they're looking for. If you're coming in and looking for something that's going to put you to sleep, we'll help you find a strain that could aid in that. And if you're just looking to get high and you want something that tastes good, then we can help you find something that tastes great.
Now, I was wondering, what is Goji?
Goji?
Yeah, I heard him mention that. Is that a form of cannabis?
I mean, it's so many different ways to ingest it. So I never heard of that. I would assume off the top that it'll be a weed strain. I haven't heard of that before. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I have partaken and participated in festivities, I don't know what that is. But that shit look nice though. I will say that shit look nice though. I will say that. Okay. But I want to start to go that way for real, because the street value, anybody who participates and dibbles and dabbles, you realize that the street value, yeah, you can find, quality, but the street value in general, once it became legalized, started to go down.
I did do this research. $1,000 worth of weed, the plants and stuff, you spend $1,000. They turn around and sell it for $7,500. That is one hell of a markup.
Yeah,
a markup on that, and that's just a couple of plants. $1,000 worth of weed. These are pharmacies. Now, what's the companies that sell the weed that are popping up all over the place? About the pharmaceutical companies.
Dispensaries and stuff like that, you mean?
Yes. Okay. Those dispensaries are popping up all over, and after July, sometime in July, they're getting ready to make it legal in Maryland as well. So it's already legal to sell.
I think it's July 3rd or something. It's like early July, like July 3rd or something like that. July 1st or July 3rd or something like that. It's early July. No, it's earlier than the 20th. So it might be like no later than the 13th. No, I'll look it up as you talk. I'll look it up.
When it's actually going to be hitting legal. And you're going to have this stuff all over the place. It has its good and it has its downside, but it's just like anything else. You got to use it responsibly, just like when people drink.
Indeed.
To me, and you got to have something on your stomach. I messed up yesterday by having an empty stomach, and my absorption of stomach is quicker because I had stomach surgery, so my absorption is quicker. Whatever I take, absorption is cut there.
Good morning, Nene. Not to cut you off, but good morning, Nene.
Not the absorption, because it still got to go through all that intestines. I still got all of that to go through. But it gets ate up quicker than it normally would, and I didn't have anything on my stomach. So that was look, 3 things went wrong. Didn't have anything on my stomach. Didn't realize the dosage, and I got it from the wrong person. Those 3 things went wrong yesterday.
Nene said, good morning, fam. She said, love always. Mr. Trace was saying, she said, I prefer smoking over drinking. Me too, because I don't like the way alcohol makes me feel. She said, I prefer smoking over drinking. Drinking ages your face and lingers. Smoking, I snap out of it ASAP. Yeah, no tidiness. Yeah.
Well, I can't smoke because of my lungs. Yeah. But I and I'm still gonna try to edible because it helps my vision and it gives me strength and a little stamina. I don't know what I was doing last night.
You was
but I
hitting that
fall
joint yesterday. I
over.
got that on camera too. You was hitting that joint yesterday. I wasn't mad at you. I ain't gonna look. I said, what the hell I got? I said, what the hell I got up in the hair like that? I'm gonna show you. Look, if I had it on this phone too, I would show you. Yeah, I was watching that joint last night, cracking up.
I done messed up. I mean, because I know people saying, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me, but I do know what the hell was wrong with me. I was feeling good and bad at the same damn time. So if that's possible. Okay, you can feel good and bad at the same time.
Yes,
I was feeling good until the shit started closing in on me. So I'm not saying that I would never partake of that again because it had medicinal purposes. It gave me strength, which I didn't have, and it also took away a lot of the pain was absorbed, and it made my good eye see sharper, and that's because everything was like zoomed in. So I didn't know that was a depth perception thing. You know that nobody told me that taking weed or CBD or sativa or any of that THC would zoom your vision, would have you visually impaired. Some people get some people can experience different types of psychosis. Mm-hmm. And I kept saying, how do I get down off my high? So Michelle stopped and got me ice cream cone and ice cream in a cup. Well,
the milk in it. The dairy. Yeah, the dairy.
He got me chocolate ice cream. When my son saw me, he was like, oh, what the hell?
What the hell is going on?
It was all around.
Yeah. Oh, you fucking that ice cream going up, wasn't you? There you were.
What you look like, Mom? He said, Mom. He said, oh, man. So I know he gonna get. I don't know if he took a picture of me or got some laughs, but I look like a little fat kid. Right here, and then the Haagen-Dazs, the vanilla ice cream right here, the chocolate all around my mouth like this, because I'm trying to eat the cone and out the paper, trying to bring that high down.
Right.
And I'm like, and I said, oh, Michelle trying to get, because I was in the dark in the woods, and where the hell are we at? Michelle
right
said,
now.
huh? Michelle said, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know where I'm at, Slicky. I'm talking to Slicky on the phone. I don't know where. Here goes Slicky. Oh, shucks. Reese about to go in the woods.
It's actually July 1st. It's actually July 1st.
So, okay, for the thing. Slicky on the other end, I tried to call Molly because I said, I need to talk to somebody sensibly. Slicky joking on me. Slicky joking with me. Slicky, I said, I'm panicking. And he joking the whole time. I started to get paranoid a little bit.
Yeah.
I said, this is because I didn't have control of my eyes and what I'm seeing and all the dark road. I'm like, Michelle, where is you at? When she really got the gas, she went down the wrong street.
Yeah. And he was mixed up. He was nervous. He thought something was about to happen.
We got lost. I said, oh, shit. They're getting ready to kill both our asses.
You sound like that. Oh, I feel like the funnier part was when y'all was on the road because, it probably kicked up overtime. And then, it was a little warm in the Batu tent, so that probably didn't help with that either. But on an empty stomach,
No, because and I'm looking and I'm seeing, and we're in the pitch dark. Like we went to the Shell gas station. She took the wrong street. We went back, like in the woods part.
Yeah.
And I said, this ain't the. I was messed up, and I knew that wasn't the. I was looking at the GPS on my phone. Come me. I kept saying, call Molly, Slicky. Call Molly.
But Patrice said you're supposed to go to sleep. She said in order to that's what everybody do. Honestly, anybody that smoke weed or whatever they do, you go to sleep. You wake up, you might be a little.
It gave me energy.
Mm-hmm. Latrice said, did you hear sirens, Ree? She said, was you peeping out the window? She said, did you hear sirens and people out the window?
No, it wasn't like that. It was just I'm trying to keep my head and be aware of my surroundings, and at the same time, I'm freaking out. And Michelle kept saying, breathe in, breathe out. And I was like, I can breathe.
Oh, Lord, I can't imagine what the hell that looked like in the car. I cannot imagine what that looked like her time.
Breathe. And Slicky just kept laughing.
I feel like I would have too. I was a little nervous because I ain't know, what type of effect that was gonna have on you, because you look like you was doing everything you could to just stay Content. That's exactly what you look like when you sat down. Yeah, you like you doing everything to stay content.
Because I was trying to sit there to Terrence, and she said one more because I wanted to leave earlier. And Kim said, Reese, don't you throw up? She said, you can't go nowhere. She said, because I need your in the seats.
That's exactly what she said.
She said, you got 2 seats. I said, I only got half a cheek. I only got 1 butt cheek. So I only got 1 seat. I ain't occupying 2. She said, so sit both your butt cheeks. I said, I only got 1.
Right now.
But I stayed to the end of Terrence's set. But it was funny. Terrence's set was funny. And not unless I was just high. I must look.
It was last night was how can I say it? It was all right, you know.
Tell the truth, you know.
No, you don't want me to get too motherfucking. But no, it was decent. It was decent. But they need just the only thing I would say though is something need to change with getting people in there that want to enjoy themselves. Why the hell do niggas want to go out? And this is a question for everybody. Why the hell do niggas want to go out and you want to ball on a budget or, you know, get you a little couple drinks with $30 or whatever you got, maybe some chicken or something like that. Since it was Taco Tuesday, maybe some $5 tacos. But why do black people always go somewhere and act like they gritting on the people? We going to a comedy show. Y'all niggas clap. Y'all use your hands. You know, like, I don't understand. Like, the energy that they're giving makes it harder for the comedians, whether it's open mic night, whether it's a show. It makes it harder to, like, remember your set, stay up on your set. It just drags the energy down when they're being dry like that. You know, if you feel like the drinks are too high or whatever you feel like, that's not what this is about. We're there to have fun and watch a comedy show. So right. that's most of the problem. But I don't know what can be done to get more people in there. Yeah, the talking, they was talking over Gwen. Gwen kept stopping, so the people at the bar would shut up and start talking.
They was doing that on purpose.
Yeah, it was like y'all was intentionally trying to be loud. Unfortunately, I was intentionally trying to be loud. Somebody commented something. Let me see what they said. But it was it was good. Miss Latrice said right. Miss Latrice said right. But it's unfortunate that every Tuesday, because I'll be there at Bar 210, I need people to like act like they want to have fun and support like the comedians that are getting up there for their 10-minute sets to do what they do, because that's not easy when the crowd is looking at you like that's not easy. So I have respect for y'all for getting y'all asses up there and still remembering what y'all lines are or remember what y'all gonna say, what y'all practice, because that's a lot, especially while high, because you did that shit. You did yours. You still got through, you know. But that was funny though. You one of the only ones that got reception. That's the thing too. Not reception. I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. You're the only one that got like something out of the crowd, like participation and laughter for real.
Because you know me, and they know me, I'd go to the crowd and be up on them. I'd have been handing them like Carla, you say what? What you talk about? I want to know. Y'all over here having a good time. I want to laugh too. Shoot.
Right now.
So I guess they said she fucked up. She gonna bring her big ass over here and follow somebody. That's why they was quiet. I
don't think they thought that. I don't think they thought that.
They just said, "Oh, she dead. She about to." If there was a pole up there, I probably would have swung around that pole last night. I don't know what the hell.
You didn't even want to step up on the little, the little platform thing and sit in the chair like you normally do. You was like, "Oh, somebody come bring me." I got that on video too. You said, "Oh, somebody come bring this chair right here. Somebody put this chair right here so I can sit down." You said, "I'm a little fucked up, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get through this shit." I got the joint, but I'm thinking about getting a tripod so that I hate when videos are rocky, you recording and just moving around and shit like that. But I think I'm gonna get some type of tripod or something so I can actually record when I do. But they need some type of lighting in there too, because it seemed like, when you're recording and taking pictures, you need something that's gonna light that the stage up a little bit. But I wonder what can be done to get some some more bodies in there, because just because it's Tuesday, just because it's not a pay show, just because the go-go bands aren't there, doesn't mean that people either fall off. Like, it'll be like, sometimes it'll be like, you know, good morale, good support and stuff in there. And sometimes it'll be a little, you know, like it's like the comedians performing for the other comedians for real. You know, so it's just like, it's fun. I love what it is and what it can be. I love that when, you know, comedy nights, you know, all of us, you know, are of color and ain't no fights. There's no, you know, no commotion. Everybody enjoying themselves. But I wonder what could be done to spice it up, because it could be more going on for y'all. Or y'all could be getting, for real, y'all could be getting some change, a little dochi, whatever you want to call it, regardless whether it's a show or not. You know, a little something. But I would like to see y'all have more reception and stuff. And I'm saying that as the main person that tries to clap and, you know, claps for everybody and, you know, responds when people even ask how you doing. You know, we good. You know, we fine. You know, people ask y'all having fun. Yeah, we having fun. Like, respond. You know, but you did get through your set though. I will say that you did get through your set. So. And you did well too. You did
good. Wait to see what Trey was talking about, because when I briefly spoke to Gwen, she was like, "You was cutting it up." I was like, "I was."
What she mean by cutting it up though?
She said I was cutting up.
Oh, I mean, I don't coming from her, like her personality. I don't think that's a bad thing coming from her with her personality. I think cutting up is like.
No. She was saying it was a good thing. She said, yeah. I did a tribute to Harry Belafonte. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, because that was important to me, you know. And I managed to do that, y'all, because I broke the story that yesterday that we found out he died on the 23rd. Yeah, 96 years old, and I did that little thing about it at the club, you know.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Everybody knew the words. Everybody was singing along in the video too.
So that was nice. I think maybe that's what got everybody's attention.
Yeah,
you know, it was a common thread that everybody could woo saw with a moment that connected everybody. When I asked for a moment of silence for her, and everybody was receptive to that. Yeah, you know.
And the guys that were talking on other people's sets and talking Gwen, making her get quiet and wait for them to simmer down or whatever, like we in class or whatever. They were respecting your set. You know, not saying that she was not funny or whatever, you know, but they were quiet on your set. They were attentive and responding. But everybody knew the song by Harry. Everybody knew the song, so everybody was singing that. You know, that was funny.
That's what got their attention, was the silence for the deaf. You know, they was paying their homage and their respect. Marlene, I need some help to come in here today, brother. Or if you got another video to show me the difference between. I need a herbalist, somebody that specializes in the ganja and in the edibles, that could tell me the THC and the CBD. I know that the CBD is the downer and the THC is supposed to be the upper. Is the THC sativa?
CBD is supposed to be such a low content. Number one, CBD is legal because the content of THC in it is so low. Now, when I moved here, I've been in Maryland for 2 years. My first year, I've been smoking since I was probably 17, 18. I was in my senior year. And when I moved here, because I decided I wanted to get my life together, not that it wasn't together because of weed, but I was smoking CBD. Well, I quit cold turkey for a year. But when I picked back up, I had started on CBD, and CBD does not get you high. It gives you a relaxed effect. It winds you down and can kind of help you get towards going to sleep, but you're not going to be high. It's kind of like like when somebody wants to light some aromatherapy candles. Oh, it's like you smoke CBD and you get that relaxed feel, like, you know, you trying to just relax in the while when you get home, but you don't get high off of it. That's not the purpose of it. You know, you get high on regular weed, but yeah. But it'll have like a 3% content of THC, but not enough to get you high and nothing like that. So CBD is what's legal, you know.
So the other one, sativa, got a higher THC threshold, so that's what gets you messed up. Sativa. Well, what he said, it gives you energy. I guess it depends who the person is. So if you're a person that's down and lackluster energy and can't create, they said that sativa helps create. Now, how can something create a psychosis in you and help you create at the same time and make you sleepy.
Right.
It's like there's a whole lot going on. It's different phases of that. For when it first started hitting your system, and then to when it's getting at the peak potency, and then I guess as you coming down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it made my
teeth sleepy. That's what they say.
It made my teeth feel chewy. It made me hungry.
Miss Kim said, I need something like that so I can get some sleep. Yeah. I would suggest it. You ain't got to be somebody who smokes what they call in professional terms the flower for, when you break down the actual buds and stuff like that. You can get, like Miss Reese was saying, like they were saying in the video, like you can get gummies and cookies and little, even Doritos and Oreos that are just little edibles. You pop like one or two, like 30 minutes before bed or an hour before bed, and you be ready to go to sleep. You're going to wake up.
Right.
Like,
I think Molly got something for you to read.
Yeah.
Or another video.
It says possible effects of cannabis, sativa, and indica. It says skinny light green leaves.
Wait a minute. Tell me the difference. When you're talking about it, which one are you talking about? Skinny light green leaves. That's sativa, right?
Sativa, yeah. Skinny light green leaves. Tall, slim plants, and then for indica, it is short, bushy plants, broad, dark green leaves. One is stimulating, which is the sativa. That is kind of hard to read because of the small lettering. One is stimulating for daytime, which is sativa, and it's recommended for indica to take it at nighttime because that's the one that puts you down. Sativa is the one that, for instance, I'm glad I ain't got no company shirt on or nothing, that I would go to work on. Because you're just as energetic. It makes you think more. It kind of lifts you up and gets your mind going. And the sativa is kind of like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to think about nothing else. Let me go ahead and just think about winding down for bed. Like it really is a mental.
Indica.
Yeah. Indica is relaxing. That's the one recommended for nighttime. It looks like it says that it gives you an appetite for indica. It gives you an appetite. It's hard to read because the lettering is so small, but yeah, so indica is the one that puts you down. Sativa is the one that kind of brings you up. And it was a description on what the plant actually looks like. Sativa and indica.
Okay.
Yeah. Sativa also has, I didn't notice, has higher CBD levels, which CBD comes from the actual hemp plant. And it's not the actual buds that actually gets the high. It's actual like plant, like the stalk and stuff like that. And then indica is all about high like THC levels, so the stuff that actually gives you that type of effect, which is why you're gonna get put down more so off indica than you will sativa. It's hard to read because the screen is so small, but yeah.
Because I know some people use the oil to put in their teas, to drink it. Like my cousin said, take it for the pain. My uncle told me to rub it directly on my skin. That would help the neuropathy in my nerve pain. He was like, I'm telling you, Niecy, put some of that on your knee and on your skin. Now that I know, definitely, I know which one to take away the pain.
People, I wish people were more educated on it. As much as my grandmother, for instance, I'll bring her up for a moment. As much as she talks about, I don't know how at 76 years old, she turned 76 on April 19th. I don't know how at 76 years old she's able to sleep for 2 hours a day. Literally just about 2 hours. And then you might take little naps in between, but you're up all day, every day. You sleep like 2 hours a day. And I'm trying to recommend to her, hey, Ma, like you need to, look into this. Even ask your doctor about it if you don't feel sure. But that's not healthy.
Your grandmother have any Alzheimer's or that coming on? Because I noticed when they have Alzheimer's and dementia, like with my grandmother, she wouldn't sleep either like that. And that's something to do with the disease. But the CBD or the indica, will help them to sleep and get proper rest.
So I'm trying to recommend that to her because everybody only thinks of, and it's sad in 2023 that people don't know about marijuana still. But it's different. It comes in different forms. You don't have to smoke it. You don't have to worry about coughing. What'd she say? There's a tree said, get the horny weed, Reese. That's what you said on your set too.
I think it's the sativa because Michelle was ready to go last night. So I think I upset her. She left the club without a victim last night. I think I
Yeah.
upset because Michelle was ready to go. So,
That's what you said yesterday. That's what exactly what Latrice said. You said I am horny, y'all. I said, you better go. You better go. What Molly talking about? What's up, Molly?
Stage? Did you say that? Did you say that I said that on stage?
I got it, y'all. It's in high definition. I got it in high def. Yes, I do.
I said that, not Michelle. I said that.
You said that. You said I'm horny. I don't know what, y'all. I said, oh.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
I'm gonna see you your set when we done.
I don't look Slicky about. I'm gonna tell Mama. I don't remember that, Slick. So
let me see if I missed any comments that I.
Don't you? Trey. I want to see it because I'm scared to see what else I was doing. Send it to Molly first. Let him edit it.
Ain't no editing. I would send it to him. He said, "Send it." I got it. I got it.
Slicky said, "Send it to him."
He said, "Love you, sis." He said, "Love you, sis." He said, "Send it." Yep, I got it. I'm gonna send it to Molly.
I don't remember.
But it was a good set though. You didn't get all into like that part of your set. You mentioned it one time. Everybody kind of laughed about it for a second, but you ain't get all into that. You went on with your set. You was just talking about how you was like, I'm fucked up, y'all. I'm sorry, and blah 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 blah. But you ain't get all rambling about that and nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good set. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, just because we on the air and all that don't mean, this a morning show. So we get it supposed to get raw and uncut, whatever. Anyway, but nah, your set was good.
And look, I cannot confirm or deny anything, people. I was just making it do what it do.
It's right here.
Now I know, like I said, my son told me 3 things never to do again. He said, don't take it from Michelle. Told me to watch the dosage and make sure I had something on my stomach.
That part too. See, the crazy thing is if you ever get into that, because the goal for people like me, for instance, that already been dibbling and dabbling, since it's 11 o'clock and maybe because something's going on, because I probably would have ate something small, but I didn't eat nothing yet. So that would have been the goal for me to go ahead and pop an edible, because I didn't eat the rest of that little brownie or whatever about an hour ago. So that would be the goal, is for me to eat on an empty stomach so you can enjoy it, because when you eat, you get a lesser effect. Somebody that's newer to it, like you, would be probably want to eat something small and then have one. But that's the goal. Like when you ain't eat nothing, go ahead and pop that edible. Go ahead and eat that.
And the dose, you got to be mindful of the dose.
That part too.
A high dose for somebody like me. Don't go by your body size, because you think somebody like me or need a whole lot, or you think somebody small like Molly or Latrice can need only a little bit. But don't go by your size.
Yeah.
It goes by your not your resistance.
She said Latrice said we grown. Reese, relax, with the laughing emojis on it. She said we grown. That's right. That's right, Latrice. That's right, Miss Latrice. We grown.
Molly, tell him, what can you say about this, Molly?
Smoke more.
No, Molly.
Do edibles. Just know what you're doing. That's why I make my own edibles and stuff, because I was fit here and there. Because I'm
wait to get paid.
A lot of my treats be vegan. A lot of people don't know because they high, so they excited. But all of my treats mostly vegan. So a lot of people be taking a lot of vegan edibles and don't even know, and they be loving it though, because they mostly get through the day. But I don't make them too strong. I like people to enjoy their snacks, but if they ask for it strong, I can make one gummy that can put you down. You gotta know, the sativa mostly keep you up. It's for creativity, so you got more CBD in it. It's more like relaxing. CBD don't really get you high, it just keep you cool. But that indica, your shit might just fall out halfway through the project. It goes straight to your head.
You gonna be like, fuck, bitch, I ain't know how to do it tomorrow.
That's nighttime though. You ready to lay down, kick it. You want to hit the indica, but some people don't know, so they smoke indica all day and keep being lazy, don't feel like doing nothing, and then you'll have people like, man, that weed slowing you down. It ain't really the weed. It's the weed that they smoking, so it is weed out here that give you energy and get you going for the day. So you got to know which one you smoking. And I got a clip that can explain it a little more.
Yes, petite. Latrice says she petite.
Yeah, got that sativa.
Are two main species of cannabis plants that have thousands of subspecies known as strains. They are commonly hailed by distributors and recreational users for having their very own distinct benefits and effects. For the longest time, I thought that all strains of cannabis must be one of three types. Indica strains that are said to have a sedative, relaxing effect, sativa strains known to provide a more uplifting cerebral effect, and of course hybrid strains, which are thought to possess qualities of both indica and sativa, right? Well, what if I told you that everything I just described is just too vague to be accurate? The effects that a strain may have on any given person depend less on the type of plant they consume and more on a person's body chemistry and the chemical properties of cannabis itself. A recent study reveals a huge variability in the cannabis species, with terpenes and cannabinoids actually having more to do with strain effects than indica and sativa plants do. What are terpenes and cannabinoids, you may ask? Terpenes are compounds that provide a very distinctive smell and taste of each strain, while cannabinoids are compounds in the plant that our body naturally has receptors for. Researchers propose that myrcene, a commonly found terpene in cannabis, is responsible for battling conditions like anxiety and insomnia. So surely a strain containing myrcene must be an indica strain, right? Well, not exactly. Myrcene is actually found in both indica and sativa. However, it's the amount of myrcene that determines the type. For example, if myrcene is found in a specific strain with a volume greater than 0.5%, the strain is considered to be indica. But if the volume of myrcene is found to be less than 0.5%, the strain is considered to be sativa. With so many strains like this, does the notion that all indicas sedate and all sativas invigorate even stand true? There are also other factors at play, like a person's metabolism, mobility, and genetics. Each person metabolizes cannabis differently. A strain that works on one person may not necessarily work on another. For example, this is Bob, and this is Steve. Say both Bob and Steve smoke 1 gram of the same strain in one day. After consuming his portion of cannabis, Bob is capable of functioning normally and goes about his day. However, Steve, on the other hand, feels much more potent effects and has to take 5 before he carries on his day. Why is this? Among many possibilities, Steve may have specific physical ailments that affect his ability to metabolize cannabis. Unlike Steve, Bob may have more receptors for cannabis in his brainstem, allowing him to accommodate a larger dose. So one can see how the type of plant had no influence in this equation. Whether they smoked an indica or sativa strain, due to their respective physiology, Bob and Steve would still react to the cannabis in the same way shown before you. So if factors like chemical compounds and a user's unique physiology determines the effects a strain has on us, why do we continue to use redundant terms like sativa and indica when they have no scientific merit? At the end of the day, sativa and indica exist as broad terms used to simplify a much more complex process. Many experts say it's due to convenience. For a novice cannabis user, these terms may help navigate a diverse field of which they have little knowledge. Simple terminology certainly comes in handy when an 85-year-old grandma who's using cannabis for the first time has to differentiate between a nighttime strain and a daytime strain to alleviate her pain. However, convenience should not supersede true information. Advocates of the plant should be aware of all the properties of cannabis in order to help novice users out to the fullest. Given how long false information has circulated about cannabis for centuries, the onus is on all of us to understand what cannabis truly is. Only then can the proper medicinal and recreational value of cannabis be truly recognized. Thank you for watching the podcast.
Yes, I never thought I would say that, but I'm all on board for medical marijuana use versus big pharma. And it's because medical marijuana is what our ancestors over 2,000 years ago, they've been using that for pain. And they've been using that for over 2,000 years in China, period. For pain, inflammation, asthma, skin. I'm like, what? And we don't know what our ancestors been taking that, and that's naturals from the ground. And they when you take it and eat it in the simplest form, it's more potent than I heard than smoking, because it says smoking burns off a lot of toxins first. And sometimes we smoking some of the toxins that we don't want to smoke before we get to the medicine part. And they're saying that when you eat it, it goes straight in the blood, get in the bloodstream. It don't go quicker than the straight smoke do, but the straight smoke could be more harmful, they were saying. Me, because of my lung issue, I was lean towards eating them because I don't have any air capacity to smoke, to breathe it in and out. You know, when you got inhalers, you got small lung capacity anyway. So I'm more inclined to eat a gummy again Will I try it again? Definitely, because like I said, it took my pain away. It did put me to sleep after I got through it. So I gotta tweak the dosage amount so it could be effective for me. So I'm not against it. I used to be years ago because I was under the assumption, the illusion, that's dope.
Right.
That weed and oh, that's dope. But actually it's not. What the doctors give you in the hospital and you get from the CVS, that's dope.
Well,
That's
for real,
so
for the longest it took, and okay, this is one thing that kind of struck weird to me. I understand when it came to the job aspect, career aspect. I mean, number one, there's all types of UPasses and other brands. I'm not going to mention that. If you really need to get around a drug test for a job or whatever, it can get done, you know. But anyway, so I understand my aunt's view on like jobs and it interrupting you, the possibility of you getting a career job, but things are starting to turn so much that jobs, for instance, like when I got the opportunity with Amazon, they don't even text for marijuana. It says all over orientation that they are not looking for that. They want to make sure you ain't doing no crack or nothing or doing nothing like that. But they're not even. It's coming to the point now where jobs like that I was paying like almost $19 to start, you know, as a driver, and I'm like, y'all not even looking for that because we just at that point. But it was crazy to me how my aunt would be okay with hearing the term CBD. Knowing it's still weed, because I was like, well, at the end of the day, you know it's still weed, right? Whether I'm getting high or not. You know, so she was okay with that, but the idea of me smoking regular weed, I'm not sure what about that still has a negative, like she still has a negative vibe with that. Like she still doesn't really, you know, like that. She knows I smoke and everything, but she doesn't, for some reason the whole CBD thing was the past and it was easier for her to see CBD, but for some reason it still carries a negative energy behind it. I mean, it's so many medical advances. If a doctor gives it to you, it just seems to be okay with everybody. But if you just buy it from Joe up the street, then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, you pass around little dime bags and you about to destroy your life. And I don't understand why we there, because it's helping so many people, cancer patients, all of that.
I guess they're saying that when a physician give it to you, they don't even write prescriptions for it. They call them suggestions. When the physician suggested you to use it, it's more regulated in the dose, so you get in the proper dose that you need for that specific individual to make it do what it do. So I guess that's why people are more inclined. I could find that out myself by testing it on myself. I know 25 is too much, and I know then I'll probably start off with something 5 or the sativa if I want to get energy, get to going, because it do make your heart beat.
Yes.
It will give you that versus something that's going to mellow me out and make me drowsy.
Right.
You know, so because I have a low tolerance, I would start at a low dose at either or. That's just like a person drinking. When a person is not a drinker, they're not going to ask for, give me some Hennessy or give me straight up this or that. They're going to ease into the drink the way that they know how. Some people ease in with beer. Some people like to taste the beer. I like fruity drinks. I like, so it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody is different. Everybody can't take a shot to the head. Everybody can't, so they do what's pleasing for them to do and ease into. And it's the same way with marijuana.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they have so many medicinal purposes along the line. Is how we use this, how much we use, and if we abuse it or not. That's the part. Everybody's different. So I guess your aunt would say it got a bad stigmatism because they look at the people that abuse it, and that's why they say, oh, it's a gateway drug to this, it's a gateway drug to that, depending on who's doing it, how often, and the amount that they use. They may say, oh man, that ain't doing nothing. I need something stronger. Maybe they need a different type of maybe they need a sativa, maybe they was thinking indigo, whatever. So you people.
Yeah, that part. I think Reese froze a little bit, but she should be coming back in. But with me, I still would want to ask my aunt. Oh, there you go. I think she's coming back in. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, it was freezing for a second. That's why I was asking.
That's okay. Molly, come on in and see us off. We at our hour.
Only had an hour.
At an hour.
Good Wellness Wednesday, y'all. But
Okay.
it can be the screens. It can be you. I think it's mostly the person because I don't drink, and I smoke with certain people. My friends, we smoke the same thing. We want to be passed out. The rest of us, we be up moving. So I always think it depends on the body because I can take half a drink and I be out. And
I'll be
everybody else
hit.
took about 5-6 drinks and they partying. So I always say depend on the person. So just find a screen that fit with you and stick to that one on. Y'all here just trying to smoke the next best weed. They come out like these youngins. Ooh, I want to hit that. That's the new. That's how you come across BS. So just be careful.
That part. That part.
And who you getting it from too? Be careful. Or who you getting it from?
Most definitely. Can get it from anybody who got it from anybody.
I got an event coming up on April 29th, Molly.
Oh yeah. Where you at?
The Tea Time
Media.
Time. You want to put the for the people so they can see. There you go. Tea Time Media. Mm-hmm. Hey. Trey, you want to leave them with something?
Smoke weed every day. That's all I got to say. No, but don't let nobody don't let nobody judge what you do. I know y'all can't see it no more, but I got an old tattoo I had that has a teddy bear on it that's holding a blunt and holding a rose. And the point of that was to show, the friendliness and the cuddliness of a teddy bear is to show that it's supposed to symbolize the fact that you can be a good person, you can be well-rounded, you can be neutral, you can, be a loving person and still smoke weed. So it's kind of one of those tattoos that's something I like, but it shows that you can be a certain way and be a weed smoker or indulger and not be a stereotype. Never been arrested. I ain't never been in trouble. I ain't never been in, like Molly don't drink. I don't drink. I ain't never been passed out nowhere or stumbling in the house type drunk, so everything that I have dreadlocks. So everything that you think of weed smokers, it symbolizes that you're not that way. So be yourself, smoke your weed.
Or eat your edible.
Whatever you do what you do and be content with it. Yeah, stop worrying about what others think about your movements.
That's right. What I would say.
See.
That's right.
I see y'all tomorrow, same time as always, 10:30 to 11:30. Tall
Tale. We gonna talk about Dr. Kellogg. Molly got a story for y'all tomorrow. Don't want to miss it.